naughty little monkeys. That's more like it. Now, my next guest is an incredible guitarist. He toured for years with The Police. His new book is called One Train Later. Please welcome Andy Summers, everybody. Andy Summers. Welcome, Andy. Welcome.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. You're English.
I am, in fact.
Well, were you ever in the police? Were you ever a policeman, or are you just straight to guitaring?
I wanted to be a policeman.
Did you really?
Not tall enough.
No, right. You have to be tall to be a policeman in Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah, not here. Not in America. No, you can be, you know, a little person or midget and be a policeman.
That's the contemporary way, and it's probably better in today's world.
Well, you know, I think it's better, and also because the police here are armed, no matter what size you are, you know, as long as you're big enough to, you know.
Big gun, small.
Well, hello.
I'm sorry, what?
So yeah. Andy, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
So the book has got what? Now this is an interesting title. One Train Later.
Yes.
One Train Later. Why One Train Later? Why you called it that then?
Well, there's a little bit on page 93.
Yeah, I'm on 92, so I haven't got that yet.
Oh, no. It goes quickly. It's a fast read.
Yeah.
But you know, where I actually met Stewart Copeland, who was the drummer of the then existing Police, and.
But there was a band before.
There was a band for a while, a few months before I actually joined, with a guitarist from Corsica, actually.
Right.
And was not quite up to my level.
Right.
But anyway, I'd played with them a little bit, and the die was cast, but I wasn't actually in the band. But one day, shortly after our session together, I got on a train and went into the West End, and then Stewart, the drummer, and I got off the train together. I went, oh, my God.
Oh, you bumped into each other?
Yes, yeah. What a small world. Can you believe we're talking? And then we sat down and we talked. And anyway...
That
from
led
that
to you being in the band.
Yeah, but, you know, because I made the metaphor like, well, what if I'd come on one train later? Maybe there wouldn't have been a police,
Might have been in Dexy's Midnight Runners or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, Flock of Seagulls or something.
Yeah.
It could have been awful.
Yeah, with your underpants around your head.
Yeah. You had, what was that? Anyway, the police did well.
Yes.
The police were all right. Do you keep in touch with the other two guys?
Well, yeah, well, Stewart lives here in Los Angeles, and Sting also has one of his many houses here.
Yeah, his wife was here. They've got about 25 houses or something like that. So,
yes.
when they're not, you know, having sex, they're putting houses up or something.
A different kind of erection. Yes.
Oh, hello. So, what about what were the reasons behind the group breaking up? What was that all about? Had you just finished? Did you run its course?
Yes, I think we were getting sort of drowned in everything at that point. But, I mean, you know, I hate to point the finger at anybody, but I think...
Sting.
Well, some of us wanted to move on, and maybe, you know, it was time to do that. But it was a very bold move. But I do think that, you know, having done that, we left an incredible sort of heat in the mythology of the band.
Yeah.
People still buying the records.
Yeah, no, they're
2s and 3s, you know. It's been good.
No, and you moved on. You still work. You still release an album a year or so, right?
Absolutely. Never stopped, you know.
And what is, I mean, is it just rock and roll that you work in? Is that what you love? Or...
Well, no, I started kind of playing... I went back to my roots, which were really playing jazz when I was between about the ages of 14 and 19. I was a total jazz freak.
Right.
You know, that's where I started. And I sort of returned more to playing that and started to play on jazz festivals and things like that and sort of do it differently. Yeah. I decided, you know, I'd been in, like, the greatest rock band of all time. I didn't really want to be in something second division.
You were in the Beatles?
That's right, I was in the Beatles. Yeah, you see, that's right.
I'm just saying, you know.
Well, we were the Beatles.
No, you were good. You were good.
Yeah.
No, well, very, very good.
We were the Beatles of the 80s.
The Beatles of the 80s, I'll give you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, they were a great band.
We did play Shea Stadium.
Yeah.
After the Beatles.
The only two bands that ever played Shea Stadium,
I think that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever... Was that your last gig?
No, it wasn't. But as you know from reading the book...
Right, exactly. Well, I'm on page 92, so I haven't got all the way yet.
OK. Well, no, but it was a seminal gig, you know, and... no, we only lasted another 6 months after that.
And was there rumours that you guys used to fight on stage and all that kind of stuff? Is that true?
Not so much on stage. It'd be difficult in the middle. So, you know.
But there was a lot. Well, obviously there was a lot of tension. You get three guys together. And...
I think with the amount of stuff that was coming at us, there has to be tension. And I felt very simpatico, you know, with other bands that had been through this, like the Beatles, Stones, and you see how fragile people become under that kind of pressure.
How do you think the Stones have managed to stay together for 40 years? What's that?
It's pretty incredible to me. I really don't know how they've done it, unless we want to sort of go down there.
Well, it's...
right, you know. Well, I mean...
some of them are quite sleepy. You know.
Yeah. There are ways, but, you know, yes.
And so where do you live now? You live here or you
I live in Santa Monica. Yeah.
Really? You live in California?
Yeah.
Why? Did you get fed up with Britain or what?
I don't know. I had come here when I was quite young and gone to school, and I was here all the time, and the sort of police ended, and I sort of looked out the windows at London and went, God, dear, oh dear.
It's raining.
I don't know, it's raining.
It's raining.
And I was sort of pining for the blue skies of California, I think, and I was getting involved in film music, one thing and another.
Oh, you do that as well, don't you? You do
done a bit of that, yeah.
What movies have you done the music
most
for?
famous one I did was Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
All right.
Which was the first one I ever
did.
Been there. Yes. Well, here we are. Yeah, right. Me too.
Yeah. All right, well, it's lovely to talk to you. It's a fascinating book. I'm actually just getting started with it, but it's lovely writing. Congratulations.
Thank you
Good
so
to see
much.
you. Andy Summers, everybody. We gotta go. We'll see you.